It's me, Mikey Pipes. And I don't know, miracles happen. We just left the worst HVAC supply house. It's called Nassau HVAC Supply House. They're in Lynbrook on Merrick Road, and they never, ever have anything I possibly need when I go in there. Never. I needed a 5 microfarad single capacitor. They didn't have it. I needed a something like a 3/8 fitting. They didn't have it. So I was like, I have to be right down the block, and I need 2 A36 belts. They had it. And while I was there, they also had this Viper. Johnstone doesn't carry this, so I bought one, and we're gonna check it out. All right. So we're heading over to our next service call. But before we get all into it, make sure you thumbs up this video and check us out on Discord and WhatsApp. Links in the description box down below. And if you haven't done so already, St. Mike commands thee to subscribe. Subscribe now. There's no cost or obligation. And it helps the channel increase reach. All right, let's go. Timer flash 7 times. BTU system. You ain't testing, you're guessing. On our way to our next service call. We're driving through, yeah? That's right. Damn. All right, we're in Rosedale, which is in Queens. We're heading over to Inwood. We're on Brookville Road. We're gonna go past JFK Airport and head over to Inwood. She's got air conditioning issues, and St. Mike will take care of her with Danielson. All right, stay tuned. Maybe I'll give you a nice little view of the scenic route on the way. But I guess she's lucky she didn't cause any traffic jams or any accidents, because that guy almost broke his neck. He was like, damn. All right, let's resume our commute to the next job. There's North Woodmere Park over there. That's Nassau County. This is like the marshland, low tide. It smells like cocky doo-doo. It smells like doo-doo, low tide. See that? Marshland. So that's North Woodmere Park. That's Nassau County, you know, the 5 towns over there. That's gonna be an Amazon fulfillment center, and the people in the 5 towns are up in arms. Over there is JFK Airport. See, there's a tower right there. Whoosh! See, that's what I get for not paying attention. Got the tower over there in the background. ATC tower. And we have a boatload of traffic. Damn you, Waze. F you. F you, Waze. Hold on, I'm trying to see what that says. Turtle cruising. Turtle cruising. There's one there, we're good. How are you? Good.
So the unit is right there.
Okay. Let's start inside the thermostat. Tell me what's wrong. Let's look at the filter.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, it's off. Very good. And what exactly is wrong?
Basically, nothing is wrong. I mean, I can turn it on and the air comes out, and we've changed the filter and air comes out through all the vents. It's just not cold.
Oh.
It's just warm. So I just think.
So is there something wrong?
Yeah, there is something wrong. But I mean, at least the fans turn on. You know, the fans turn on and the air comes out. I just think it's the Freon, to be honest.
Let's see. I'm going to turn the pool on.
Yes.
And you said the unit's outside, on the left hand side?
Yeah.
All right, let's go see.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Lead the way, Danielson. Looks like we got a Payne.
Will you always come to this guy before you work on it?
When at all possible, I try to keep the tools off the floor. You know, just, you know, a $300 bag. There's probably about $500 worth of tools in it. All right, let's see. Any observations? Take a smell. smell anything? You have a good sense of smell? Honestly, I smell. Sorry guys, with the fan noise. I smell refrigeration oil. I do. I smell a leak. Dead serious. So, first things first. Is it R410 or R22? All right. I would grab the smart probes. Actually, is anything going on over there with the line set line?
It's cold.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. She's not insulated either, though. So I would get the smart probes, and we'll start there. Oh, let me show you a trick, though. I'm going to show you the right way. So we're undercharged based on this, right? Now, with disconnects, the right way, you know there's a right way of doing it and a safe way of doing it? Put your left hand behind your back, all right, or more towards the down position, all right. With your right hand and not touching anything else, pull it out straight out. There you go. That's the right way of disconnecting and plugging it back in. Someone made a comment on a video where you with both hands pushing it in. Yeah. Big no-no. The reason for your left hand behind your back and pointed toward the ground, should you have a short there, the electric will pass through your arm, through the right side of your body down to the ground. If you use your left hand, right, it'll pass through your body and through your heart, which could give you a heart attack and die. All right, so let's see if these pressures equalize or if the system is frozen.
Slowly equalizing.
Slowly. We may have to wait a little bit, but definitely undercharged. Possibly maybe filter, but that looked clean. What are your thoughts? We'll have to wait and let this balance out, see if it does balance out. Ma'am, how do we get to see the unit inside, the attic?
Sorry?
The attic.
The attic? Yeah, I'm in one of the rooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have to see it.
Yeah? Okay.
It's okay.
Let me.
Hi. Oh, good little talkie. Pull downstairs?
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
Thank you. Light switch.
Right there.
Thank you very much. There is a light bulb up there. You know, it's pretty cool up here. Wow. Oh man, F me. Oh.
Really cool in here.
There's water in the condensate pan. See that? And the condensate line is condensing. See all that condensation on it? And these drain lines go into this vent. Both of them. There's two drains. There's no drain visible in the emergency pan. Actually, it looks elbowed up over there. See that straight ahead?
Yeah.
All right. There is a float switch in there. So, interesting. So let's review here. We have pressures that haven't stabilized yet. I can't tell if there's a TXV on this thing. What is this thing? What system is that? It's a Rheem. It's a Rheem. Yeah, go up there and look. Be careful with that wall, though.
Yeah.
You're gonna slide in like a. Look at this kid. Oh, it's good to be young. You see a TXV bulb?
I don't.
Okay. It's probably not. It's probably an orifice.
Yeah.
fixed orifice, capillary tubing. I bet you it's an RBHP. Watch your foot there, okay? I bet you it's an RBHP air handler. Small little air handler. And want me to get the tool bag for you?
RBHA.
All right. Let me get the tool bag,
Okay.
and I'll get you CO2 cartridges as well. I'll get you a union.
It's condensating on the outside of the unit.
It's frozen.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You want to take the camera and record while I'm gone?
You'd like me to?
Sure. Get your feet wet.
RBHA 24. Condensating on the outside. So it may be frozen. Open up the unit. And there is ice. Gonna put a union end on both of these green lines. Here to be at the same level. Messed up. Gotta redo it. Put the union piece on the wrong side. Two couplings, the union, and I did it right on this one.
All right.
Is melting ice, like with a torch, a good idea to do?
I've done it many times.
It's okay to do?
I've done it many times. You know, I'd rather let nature take its course.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Let's talk to her. Let's turn the light off. Let's put the ladder back up and see what she says. Hi. Question.
Yes,
The filter.
yes,
That looks new.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
When was it changed?
2 days ago.
How dirty was the filter?
The one before?
Yes.
We put it in about
Honestly, I don't care if it was filthy. I don't care if it was a little bit dirty.
No, it wasn't because we just put it in April.
But normally they change every 30 days. But how dirty was the filter, if you could recall? You see that filter is white?
Yeah.
What color was the filter you took out? There's a reason why I'm asking.
Oh, it's downstairs. You want me to show you?
Let's go see.
Yeah.
And then we'll
Well, okay, no problem.
then we'll hopefully that'll solve the problem.
No problem.
Let's see the filter first, and then.
Okay, I can bring it upstairs if you want to be.
I don't mind walking.
Okay. There's no light here. Sorry.
Oh, I got.
That's why.
Let's see. Hold on, I got a flashlight. All right, so the system is still partially frozen. Now, I know you turned it off yesterday when you called, right?
Yeah.
So it's been off for maybe 16 hours or 12 hours, something like that. But the system is still partially frozen. And generally when systems freeze up, it's because filters are dirty. I was hoping to see the filter dirty, but it's not.
That's it. Yeah.
It's not.
No.
So if it's not the filter being dirty, then we look for other things, like maybe the fan isn't going at full speed, or maybe it's low on refrigerant. As you said, you think you need Freon.
That's what I thought.
Why do you say that?
Because the last time they put Freon was maybe like 2 years ago.
Do you remember how much they added?
No.
Okay. So your system does use Freon, which is R22. It is phased out. It is no longer manufactured, and it's very expensive to put in. If you need some like a pound or two, it's going to cost you hundreds of dollars. If you need a lot, you're going to end up replacing the system because it'll run you thousands of dollars. So the system is running, but it's not cooling because there's not enough refrigerant in the system, and it freezes up, and it's still frozen.
Beautiful.
We also noticed that you have a pan below the unit in the attic, which I thought would have been easier to get to, but he's small. So he went up there. The pan has water in it. And that may be because of the drain lines are clogged, so we cut in some unions, we blew them out, we treated the tablets, we treated the pan, but also it could be because of melting ice.
Right.
But also in this pan is a float switch.
Yeah.
Which
So
will,
when it gets, I know.
which equals your system blowing warm air because it's not on because because the water's in the pan. So we treated the drain lines. Hopefully that solves the water dripping into the pan, but it's probably because of the ice. It's still melted.
Okay.
The problem is I can't add right now professionally because we don't know how much you need. You may need a pound or two, you may need several pounds. Realistically, you probably need a couple pounds, but without the system being totally thought out, we can't add the right professionally. Off the rack, if you want, like, hey, listen, I don't want to pay you again to come out here again, like, give me like 2 pounds and we'll see what happens. You can do that as well. Who am I to judge you? But it's not the right professional advice to give you. Because it's still frozen. And it's going to have to stay off for probably another 24 hours.
Question.
Yes.
In another 24 hours.
Yes.
Let's say all right, we leave it off. What would happen? Would it either turn on like?
Good question.
Like,
good answer. Good question.
Right?
So what's going to happen? If you leave the system off for another, is this still on, by the way?
Yes.
Hold on. Let's turn the thermostat off because we don't need it on right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the cool to off, fan to on. In 24, this is what you can do as well. Because the filter is not the problem. So you're going to need something. The question is how much you need.
Okay.
So let's say in 24 hours you turn the cooling back on. The outdoor unit will come on. You'll see the fan running, and there's 2 pipes outside. By the way, one's supposed to be insulated and it's not. Was it insulated up in the crawl space in the attic?
It was, yes.
Okay, very good. One pipe, is cold and has like water forming on it, condensation. The other pipe is a smaller one, which is usually hotter. When the system will start to freeze up, that larger pipe will turn white because ice is forming on it. That's what you'll see. But you're going to need to address the refrigerant, the Freon that you need. Again, we did all we professionally can do right now. We make sure the drain lines are clear. We treated the pan. We checked, we actually looked at the coil and there's ice in the bottom half of it, and that's indicated what we saw outside. We tested twice and the numbers don't add up. And I'm like, oh, we froze it, but we don't see any ice outside. So maybe it's really not that low, or maybe. Yeah. I wish I knew how much you added.
Do you think I should wait for it to like refreeze and see if I turn it on and see if it works? Or
it's
gonna work, but I mean
it's gonna work for a little bit until it starts to freeze up. And when it freezes up, it's not gonna.
You gotta do it again.
Yeah.
Exactly what I get. So basically, in other words, I have to put Freon. We
We have to wait for it to thaw out to know exactly how much you need. But then the thing is, Okay, if we're adding, you added 2 years ago, now you're adding again now, you have a leak or leaks, and eventually you're going to replace the equipment. Eventually.
I have to, I know, I have to.
We're above that ceiling.
Yeah.
That's the other
over
ceiling.
there.
Yeah, you're up.
Over here.
You're up
Over
here.
here.
Eventually you're going to have to replace the equipment. Too bad it's not easy getting up there. And it does the whole house, right?
Sucks.
Does suck.
All right. How much would it cost if I say, let's put 2 pounds?
$200 a pound. $400 plus labor. And we don't know if that's the right amount or not.
Right. That's just,
It's a gamble.
it's a gamble.
It's a gamble. Now there's other things we can do as well. So let's stop talking about adding today. Normally, if there's a small leak in the system, on an older system, we can add a sealant to the system, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. There's no guarantee it will, but I've had success with it. Off the record, that's all I'm going to say. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's an older system. You know, it's roll of the dice. You know what? You keep adding more and more Freon, it's just draining your money out of your pocket.
Gotcha.
Right?
Because it has a leak.
Exactly. So you know you need to replace the system. Is just the fact. The question is, when are you going to do that?
Right.
Are you going to are we going to keep dumping more money into the system, or are we going to just try rolling the dice and gamble and see how much more time I could buy out of it? So listen, we add the sealant. You have an expense behind that, and then the refrigerant, and then labor. But your call. All right. Full disclosure. I'm just going to say this right now. The system needs to thaw out, but she don't want to pay another service call. We're going to add 2 pounds of R22 to the system. I'm going to add the sealant with the UV dye, but first we're going to look for some leaks because I really do smell something going on in here, and it smells like oil. And it could be my imagination, but we have this horrible coil, which I've seen leak time and time again. So let's see. The LE Tech sensitivity is high. Let's make that medium sensitivity. Let's see if we get anything here. Nah. It's probably that indoor coil. But I thought I smelled something here though. And I don't see any oil residue. And you know, there's one other thing that I could do, and it's a thermal camera. Sorry for the flashing on the screen, but this is the FLIR i7. We're gonna see if we see any cold spots with the FLIR i7. Inconclusive, the FLIR i7. All right, we'll put the shroud back down. I'll put the FLIR i7 away. Normally, I've had it happen before where I can see a cold spot because it's the refrigerant's leaking out of there. But not today. I got a lot of sun there, and that's just water from the rain. It's wet, maybe sprinklers, but it rained last night. That would have been nice to show Daniel's son an active leak, but it is what it is. I'm gonna add 2 pounds of R22. You guys are gonna hate me. Adding the Soup Easy Seal, and we're good to go. Hopefully. We'll see. See that? At 104 degree discharge temperature out of this condenser. It wasn't 104 degrees before. It was ambient temperature. Sometimes you gotta just go with your gut. And yes, correct. I am correct, and it is not right to add refrigerant to a system that's partially frozen, but sometimes you have a thing called experience. And you kind of know, like, you have a gut feeling. All right, and listen, I'm going to save her another hour of another service call. Right? And now look, she's discharging hot. Let me get you back down in the comment section down below. All you true HVAC techs out there, you know you've done this before. And I'm just man enough to admit it that on camera that I just did it as well. It works, it's fine. And at the end of the day, it's probably what she needed anyway. And maybe it's not dialed in exactly to an ounce or a fraction of an ounce, but it's gonna be a warm weekend, and this guy's wife isn't gonna be hot because she called Pipe Doctor. 516-348-6300. We're in Valley Stream, New York. If you're in our service territory, I'd love to help you as well. All right, so we got her up and running. She's gonna leave the system on for a few more hours, turn it on, and I think she's good. I think she's good. We'll find out Monday. When I ask her to give me a Google review, and she gives me a Google review. Let me get your thoughts and feedback down in the comment section down below. Be well, God bless, stay safe.